What's up, everybody? This is the One Nation Podcast 864, and I'm here today with, let me see, I don't want to introduce her. I'm going to just say the fashion icon, Miss Ashley Mallory, and y'all give her a round of applause.
Hello,
And
thank y'all for having me.
no doubt. And I got my boy Nate in here today to fill in for my wife. She's not feeling too good, but she is on the scene. She's behind the camera, and we're going to get this thing rolling quick.
Definitely.
So, Miss Ashley Mallory. And we're going to start off with this. We just had a conversation about our football teams.
Ooh, no, you're not.
And Ashley said she repped the Star. Y'all know what the Star is. I'm not going to say that.
Cowboys fan.
Now, how did you become a Cowboys fan?
I told you because I prefer the finer things in life.
Oh, my God. You did
okay,
this.
so to be honest,
Okay.
you know, it always usually starts from a family member, right? And my
Right.
grandparents raised me. So
Okay.
Braves, Cowboys,
All that.
all of that. So I stayed there.
Okay, so she a brave Cowboy. What about you, Nate? Who you with?
Oh, you know, I don't do big teams, but I'm, you know, from Nebraska through and through.
Yeah,
you know where I'm from.
he's a
so.
Nebraska fan. That's
yeah.
just how he did.
Ride or die, I don't care if we lose or suck anyway. I never fold. A lot of bandwagoners. I never bandwagon, so
Now,
I'm Nebraska.
let's talk about this right quick. Ashley, can you
Yes.
tell the people a little bit where you from? But then I want to know, how did you get into this fashion that you in?
Okay, so
we're gonna
I
get
was
into it.
born in Florida, in Gainesville,
Oh, okay.
Florida. My mother went to Bethune-Cookman.
Okay.
And then as she continued her education there, my grandmother adopted me and I came here when I was
Okay.
2.
Okay.
So I am a graduate of Spartanburg High School. Go Vikings, class of 02.
Shout
I'm
out to
already
y'all.
telling my age, but trust me, it's greater later.
Shout out to y'all.
That's all right. But my love for fashion stems from my mother and my grandmother.
Okay,
My
okay.
grandmother was a master beautician.
All
She
right.
was doing hair up until she passed at the age of 82, literally.
Oh, man, that's what's up.
She was a model. My mother was a model and a stylist. And I grew up in a time where they were putting it all on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
when I saw my grandmother get dressed, she wore a girdle. Some of y'all watching don't even know what a girdle is.
She went back
They
with
won't
that.
know what girl is.
She wore
Lord.
a girdle. She wore control top pantyhose. She wore, gloves to the
She
elbow
did it all.
and ostrich feathers and fur coats. So, I grew up around that, and that kind of stemmed my love
Okay.
for fashion because she just always made sure that when I left the house, I
That you look
looked
presentable. And see, that's a big thing. A lot of people don't know nothing about that
Oh,
these days.
no.
We ain't-
They really
like, you're right. When you was coming up, your people, well, not all our people,
true.
but you was taught to look presentable when you
Definitely.
leave that house. And I'm gonna tell you what my mom used to do. I look presentable, but you had to have them lips right too.
Together.
Yeah, so you had to have that Vaseline greased up.
Grease.
Y'all know about that.
Grandma be in the jar with 3 fingers.
Right.
Slap, get it
Yeah,
slapped
yeah.
up, whole face. Yeah,
But
that was me.
I'm gonna tell you something though. When it came to fashion with me, and I'm gonna let Nate talk about this too. I love, how my mom used to put things together. But I'm gonna tell you one thing I can't stand to this day:
Lord.
a turtleneck.
You hadn't had the right one.
I agree.
You don't like turtleneck either. Or
I like them. It depends. It depends. It's all about the style.
But
so.
mock neck. How about the mock neck?
That's giving a deacon board head.
Oh,
Yeah,
God, I'm
that's-
I got the
Yeah.
keys to the church.
I totally agree.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm glad she told me that because I was going.
You way too young until you become the top flight deacon of your church. It's not for you.
yeah.
You
No,
a
about
young
that.
man, just get you a slim fit turtleneck.
Slim fit.
And here's the key to a turtleneck
She's
for a
schooling me, y'all.
man or for a woman.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
I like a turtleneck with a little more collar and turn it in. Don't flip it out. Turn it in.
Okay.
So it's a little more stiff, a
Okay.
little more, pronounced, and it lays on the neck well. Turtleneck is the way to go.
Okay. So y'all heard that.
Yes.
Fellas, y'all heard that
Turtleneck is
right?
the way to go.
Because I know a lot of fellas too, they can't stand turtleneck. But since you don't put us on game,
It's a turtleneck.
it's a turtleneck.
V-neck. I don't like V-necks.
You don't like
I
V-neck?
can't do V-necks.
I think you got to have the body for a V-neck. Am I right?
Okay, no. I think it just depends on how the V-neck is styled. Now, if we giving franchise boys, I think that and we of a certain age, I might have a problem.
Yes, I agree.
Again, it's all about fit when it comes to men's
Yeah.
clothing, right?
Yeah.
It's all about fit in general, but definitely for a man, fit is important. So if it's in the right context with a nice fitting suit or some nice fitting pants, jeans, or something like that, I'm for it.
Okay, cool.
And it depends on the occasion. I'm very big on that. It depends on the occasion. You know, like we have galas around Spartanburg now, like the sneaker gala. Shout out to Bruh Mentor and Victor.
Victor, shouts out. Yes, sir.
When you think of
now,
that
what's acceptable for that?
Oh, baby, you're supposed to let the Lord use you and show up. You're supposed to come with the best of the best. Quit playing with God's people. Put it all on. It's
Thank you.
Tailored.
You are not supposed to look like you just left your prom. I'm talking about like tailored, well fitted. You know, all the extras. You know, when you think gala, there's a certain je ne sais quoi, so to speak. So you have to put what my son got to put that on.
You do. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Put it on for the
You're right. And see, that's why I think a lot of people need to hear me. I'm glad you said that because don't get me wrong, there's a lot of clean people in there.
Definitely.
But some, you know, come on, man. Come a little better. You know what I'm saying?
That's when the men can pull out the tails on their suits. That's when the girls can wear a train, like you know, exotic headpieces and fabrics and skins and leathers and like, come give me something. Don't look like you just left prom 92, please.
Well, I'm gonna do this then. Me and Nate, we plan on attending the gala again. We always do.
It's coming up. I'll be there.
Now, you still at Soup City?
I am no longer at Suit City, but I'm still styling.
I need you to style something.
Listen, I just was at Suit City the other day, helping a couple for their wedding. So I'm definitely still styling and still hands-on in Suit City, but no longer working in the store. Okay,
because since you said that we need to come proper, I want to come all the way proper this year. What about you?
You already know I'm trying to just change up the color style. I think that's all. I'm so dependent on black. I don't know why.
No,
give us a color. Give us a color.
Okay, so this is what I want to see from guys this year, the Sneaker Gala, and it will be in February. Fly Feet Boutique and Style will be having a fashion show right down the middle.
So they're doing a fashion show.
Yes, right down the middle of the Sneaker Gala. I'll have my girls and guys. Dapper, fly. Make sure you're there again. Shout out to Victor and Spartanburg Sneaker Gala. I want to see my guys in more patterns, mixing patterns, not afraid of color. I want you to kind of mimic, for lack of, this is the first person that comes to mind because his stylist is killing the game, Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, as of right now, is getting into very muted colors. He's getting into patterns, mixing the patterns, mixing the tones and hues. He might be in the same color blue with a white shirt and a white tie, but the pocket square giving you white, blue, pink, orange. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want my guys to really put it on and think outside the box and not look like you standing at the back of the church waiting to open the door and let the folk in.
Y'all heard that, right? So fellas, we got to put that ish on this year, man. And
God did not give you a spirit of fear, so put your good clothes on and come on here.
I got to touch on the female thing because we was at the sneak. I seen a lot of dresses that were the same or different colors. It was the same pattern, everything. What do you want to see different about the females? I felt like the females were shopping on the same thing, but just getting different colors.
They were. Shout out to Fashion Nova. Shout out to Akira. You know, but let me say this. I would love to see the women in more custom pieces. You know, the gala is coming up.
Right.
There are, you know, reach out to me if you're unsure, you know, where to find or where to source these custom pieces. I would like to see my girls step outside the box, think leather, think feathers, and think custom pieces. Now, I'm not counting nobody pockets. But if for some reason you want to visit the sites that I just named, switch it up. I believe in mixing high end, low end. Like splurge on the skirt and make sure it's dragging the ground, right? And a denim shirt tied up is still giving gala. Add some brooches to it. Like, I love brooches. There's a way to do it.
I hear this, right?
You know what I'm saying? And not spend a whole lot. But if you are gonna splurge on one major piece. I'd rather you wear a sneaker that you've maybe only worn once or twice and dust them off out the closet and give me a fur coat, give me a fur hat, give me a dramatic, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know, they always in the middle of the road being indecisive. If you can hit one of them, it's not gonna be a show. Don't be afraid to, you know what I'm saying?
I got you. Now you say you having your What you call in the middle of the
Yes,
gala
I'm
this
having
year?
a fashion
I didn't know
show.
that. You having the whole fashion show?
I'm having a fashion show with about 7 models. I'll be styling men and women, and we're gonna rip the runway right through the middle of the sneaker gala. And for everybody watching, this is the first.
Listen,
I have not mentioned this. I saved it for One Nation.
Exclusive. Y'all heard it here first.
Super exclusive. I will be having a fashion show down the middle of the sneaker gala. Listen, if you're not there, you're not nowhere. Okay,
Right,
you hear me say it. I'm gonna say it again. You to let the Lord, everybody else use you.
Right.
Let the Lord use you to show up for that sneaker day.
Oh man, that's
gonna be dope.
that's something. I didn't know
promise.
that. I didn't know
And
that.
I think that would be better because last year, when he was trying to speak, everybody was just talking and loud. So if you got something that's a little rised up where he can actually speak on, I think that's gonna make everybody want to hush. I wish everybody would have hushed. Remember, we were trying to listen and everybody would just.
You're right. And Victor, man, shouts out to you. We gonna do another podcast with Victor coming up for the sneaker gala. Man, you got us all excited, bro. You see Ashley she ready to do her thing on there. But let's take it here. We done talked about the Cowboys, your fashion and everything like that. Now, one thing I noticed from you are definitely determined in everything that you do.
Very much.
Like I check you out, daily, and we already know she killing the fashion game. But you don't let nothing stop you. No. You know what I'm saying? And that's like a big thing a lot of people need to know in life. Like, okay, just because this happened, it's not going to stop me from getting to my goals. You know what I mean? Now, can you kind of describe some of the obstacles you had to overcome getting into the fashion industry or just in life, period? You see what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. Most of the people who will follow me know that I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. Okay. 2 years ago, but I recently had surgery, spent 12 days in the hospital. I had to have the tube down my nose. They took a piece of my small intestine, and then less than 24 hours later, I developed an infection, and they had to cut me open again and go back in and make sure everything was clean and good to go. Okay. But I said all that to say this: what is a testimony without a test?
You're right.
They go hand in hand.
You're right.
If you honestly believe that, then you know that you'll be okay.
You're right. You're right.
And I stand on my faith. One thing that my grandmother and my mother were big on is church. Okay. And I used to really hate it, when I was younger, because people were going to the games, so they were going skating, they were going to all these different places, right? But Bessie and Lakita were gonna make sure that I was an angel in the Christmas play. I was on the junior usher board, and I sang on the Sunbeam Choir. Okay. Shout out to the old Cornerstone. Reverend B.T.
Lord.
Bessie was gonna make sure I'm there, and now at the rightful age of almost 40, I appreciate that upbringing because when my foundation is shaken, I don't just know who I am, but I know whose I am.
I got you.
And there's something in that, not just who I am, right? Because I know from where I came, like I know who my mother is, I know who my father is, I know all of that, right? Yeah. But I know whose I am. Right. I know I'm a child of God, right? And I know that every day when I wake up, right, it might not be a good day, but as long as God is on my side and my eyes open, I have warm blood running through my veins. I've got another chance to get it right.
You're right.
And he loves me.
You're right. You're right about that. We all go through that.
When hard times come or I feel away, I just heavily rely on my faith. I go back, you know what I'm saying, to my foundation and what has sustained me and what sustained the strong women in my family because I saw it firsthand.
Gotcha.
So that's all it is. I'm God's favorite. I stand on it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Big God don't play about me.
I heard that.
That's all I got for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm God's favorite. Right. And I feel like we all should feel like we're his favorite. Yeah. And if we think about it, we all have a situation that we didn't know how we were going to get through. You didn't know how the bill was going to get paid. You didn't know how you were going to overcome this, right? And somehow or another, you made it through, right? Yeah. And he's the same God as he was yesterday, the day before. He's the same
ain't
God
changed yet.
And I just keep that in my mind. Like, you know what? There was a time that, I didn't think I was going to make it, and here I am. So this is no different. Yeah, you're right. And I give God big chores because he's a big God. I don't keep God in a box. I don't, give God just a little bit. I give it all to him. Because if I say that I trust and believe and I know that, he's gotten me through this, I speak boldly to him. I pray boldly to him because that's the God that he is.
And a lot of people need to hear that.
He did it once, twice. He'll do it 2, 3, 4, 5 more times. So I pray big.
That's
I pray
that's
real
good
big,
because
and I
man,
trust him.
the power in prayer is something else, man. Like you say, we all done went through something, and shoot, and it's not just one thing. We done went through a lot of things, and you know, something you said, you're right. He got you through it the first time. What makes you think he won't get you through it again?
The devil.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Think.
Now he mean. That devil mean. He get on your shoulder or wherever and get in your life.
The devil.
And that can mess you up, man. Because me and Nate was talking about some things. Shoot, me and Nate talking about things every day. How we gonna do this, all this, do this.
Every day is something.
Yeah. And I tell him, and he know I'm big on it, man. Hey, pray about it. Trust me.
Definitely.
But when you pray about it, you know, just talk to him.
Definitely.
Tell him, you know, and that's big, Ash. I like
I
that.
talk to God like I talk to you.
Yeah.
Not only do I say my prayers, but I ride in my car and say, "Big God, thank you."
Yeah.
Big God, I have this going on. Big God, I have this need. Big God, you know what I'm saying? Like, I not only do I say my prayers, but I talk to him like I talk to you all.
Yeah. And a lot of us well, I needed to hear that again because it's never too many times you can't hear it. But somebody else needed to hear that too. What about you, Big Dog?
I just love the fact that she's just remaining positive every day. Her energy is just off the charts.
Yeah, it is.
That's what started my clothing line, Fly and Save, because who love the Lord but gonna put it on me?
Yeah, you're right. Let me ask you
Who love the Lord but gonna put these clothes on? It's me.
Now, when did you start that?
Okay, so Fly and Saved came along 2 years ago.
Okay.
I have a love for hoodies and graphic tees, right? It's just
sound
my
like
thing.
us.
Like, I want to dress them up. I want to dress them down. Like, I want to it's my thing. So just kind of sitting at home one day, and I didn't know what I was going to wear, but I had some leftover iron-on letters, and I was like, I really love these clothes, but I really love the Lord too. And I didn't want, because here it is, right? In old church, right?
I got you.
Old church, like the wooden pews, right? The tambourines. Old church, right?
Yeah.
There seems to be a stigma with how a woman dresses, how she's perceived, if she loves God and the things that she wears.
Okay.
Right? So hear me. I'm not saying that because there's this thing that, you know, church come as you are. And I disagree with that.
Okay.
Because it's God's house and we want to reverence God's house.
You want to represent it the right way.
I don't like you should come as you are, but you can definitely put it on, right?
Gotcha.
So Fly and Saved is the merging of those two things where you love God. I'm always going to talk about God like every day, all the time, because as soon as my eyes open, I know I got another chance to get it right. It's always present. I'm always going to talk about him. And I just merged the two. Like, I really like to be fly, and I'm saved. So it kind of introduces me to people who love clothes, who love fashion, who have a certain eye for fashion and clothing, and it opens their hearts, it opens their ears, it opens their eyes, so then I can pour into them how God can use them, how he's used me. It just opens the door for me to reach people who somebody else can't reach, to introduce them to God and let them know how amazing he is, how wonderful he is, and how even if you didn't talk to him last week, the week before, last year, today, he still loves you and he's waiting on you.
You're right there. Fly and Save. I like that. I like that. That's dope. I didn't know you had that.
Yeah, that's what I'm rocking right now.
Okay, this is together.
You see it, giving you all the drama. Yes.
Fly and Save, man. She ain't got no sense.
Yes.
She doing her thing with that, man. And I'm now starting your business. You say you were just sitting at home, right? And you just thought, like, you know, I'm gonna do this. Now, you've been doing it for 2 years now, am I correct? Yes. Okay. Where you wanna see it in about 5 years?
So in 5 years, I would love to see Fly and Save, of course, a household name. Yeah. But if for some reason that doesn't happen, what I would like to see other than that for Fly and Save is that it saves a life.
I like that. I like that.
God. It's not a me thing.
Right.
You know, when people see me, I hope they see the God in me before they see anything else.
Yeah.
You know, I hope Fly and Saved reaches someone that maybe you couldn't reach or you couldn't reach. You know what I'm saying? If somebody else will see me with my tattoos, my love of fashion, and I can introduce them to God. If it saves one person, if it saves one mother, if it saves one child, if you know what I'm saying? Because it's hard out here for our youth.
You're right.
They live in something completely different from what we did, right? With social media and peer pressure and just all these things, right? if it reaches them because I got on the new J's, or if it reaches them because I got on a brim or some Gucci sunglasses, whatever it may be, and I can strike that conversation with them to say, hey, you know what? Yeah, you can be you and all that you are.
You're right.
Right? And God love you. And guess what? He'll take you as you are, and over time, in his appointed time, things about you will fall away. And you'll become more seasoned.
You're right.
You'll become molded differently. Because I'm not the person I was at 16 years old.
Oh, cool. I feel you, on
know
that.
what I'm saying?
Me either. I know what you mean.
Come out, you know, my mother's womb, this person, some adversity, life.
You went through
being a mother at a young age molded me, but my faith kept me. So.
It kept you. And that's something you touched, when you touched on social media. Now I'm going to ask both of y'all this. How do you feel how social media has helped us and how it has hurt us? Because see, I got some, I'm going to tell you what me and her was talking about the other day, right? So, you know, back in the day, we didn't have no social media.
True.
So nowadays, you know, if you went on a vacation back in the day, nobody knew you went on unless you told them. But now, if you go somewhere, you tag it. Yeah, such and such, you was here, you was there. And I was like, you know what? Some of that I like and some of it I don't. Because I ain't gonna lie, Nate, no, I be all on social media. But I'm starting to live like a private life. You know what I mean? And, you know, just keep things to ourselves. And, you know, you see a lot of these guys post where they at sometimes, you know, and then things end up happening to them. You know what I mean? And I wish that part of social media we couldn't, you know, that part of Facebook we couldn't do. We can't tag where we at. Because, you know, not everybody wants you to know, hey, I'm over here, I'm doing this. But back in the day, you wouldn't know if somebody telling the truth or not. Hey, bro, I went to the Bahamas the other day. You wouldn't know because you couldn't tag it. Nate, what you feel about that?
I just like, I got away from social media so I can be more present in the moment. Because how can you really enjoy something when you're literally on your phone the whole time?
True.
So when you with your kids, I'm trying to take a snap or trying to do all that. You're not really being present in the moment. So enjoy the moment. Put that shit away and then actually enjoy where you are presently. So that's why I like to be in the now instead of just worry about that stuff later on. I'm just trying to enjoy the moment. How can you really enjoy it if you're just literally trying to take a picture of it?
Yeah, if you're just snapping everything you got. What you got there?
I feel like social media is, in the words of my grandmother, social media is damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Okay.
If you're a business owner or have a platform, it's great. It's beautiful. It serves its purpose. It'll introduce you to the masses. You can sell out in seconds. You know what I mean? It's huge.
That's that good part.
It's absolutely huge. On the back end of that, I really hate to see like mothers chastising kids on social media, whooping kids on social media. Like you see, that we see. I know I'm not the only one who have seen like, you know, a young man, let's say he did something he didn't have any business doing. The dad will go live cutting all his hair off in the barbershop and you know what I'm saying? A daughter being smart, you know, with her mom or grandmother, and she goes live to chastise her like.
You're right.
Thank God that was not around when Bessie would beat me. Because, listen, she'd have been under the jail.
You're right.
I grew up with a grandma who loved the Lord but would gather your soul on Gibson Street. You know I was close to seeing God and high-fiving Jesus. A few of the beats. Just a few of the beats. I know I saw Jesus and we looked eye to eye, right? You know that old school beat where you go to your room and you go,
oh, yeah. And then they tell you to shut up.
Listen, I don't like all of that about social media. Something else that I don't care about social media is that it's really teaching our kids before us.
Right. Oh, God. You're right about that. You're right about that.
They learn about sex. They learn about everything.
Everything.
You know, they learn so much before you could even introduce it to them. And then they're not even getting the information that they need.
You're right.
They're just, you know, it's just out there. Now, I hate that about social media. But again, it's a gift and a curse. You know, if a business owner, you kind of want that presence.
You kind of want that.
You know what I mean? Because it expands.
You're right.
You know, it goes over the water and, you know, over the river and through the wood. Like, it just reaches so many people. But I feel like with everything, it's in moderation.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that.
Told you.
You're right.
Told you.
Right
I just told you the other day about Jada Pinkett Smith. You get on social media, just talk too damn much. Some things you got to keep at home. You know, that's why I say they use social media and just tell too much.
That's why I say keep it private.
You
know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to sit down, but she just can't.
I am praying Jada's strength in the Lord. I want her to sit down.
We're praying for Will.
Yeah.
We got pregnant. We'll catch it everything.
I don't even know if we have the time.
Probably don't.
Yeah, because my grandma used to always say, you don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. Like, it's not for everybody. It's not everybody's business. So I pray they strengthen the Lord.
But it actually goes back to what you're saying too, because just like with Jeezy and with Jada, everything was a marketing scheme when their books dropped. So Jeezy divorced, his book came out. Jada had all this stuff going on, her book dropped. So everything goes back to marketing online to make more people interested in getting what they're about to put out there.
Like even a celebrity has to understand is that when them cameras are off, you put that phone down, this is your life.
You're right about that.
This is real life with real consequences and affects real people, and it doesn't just affect you. So that's that negative part of social media. When we give it so much or allow it to be so present in what we're doing in our personal lives. That like I don't think that we understand that when you put this phone down, you have some stuff to deal with.
You're right about that.
You know what I mean? Like, so I don't.
And like I said, man, like you say, it's teaching the kids everything.
Listen, I fuss with my son sometimes because it's like it's glued to his hand. I'm like, you have not brushed your teeth, you have not washed your behind, but you want to spend $25 on PSD drawers.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Because the phone is just, and we scrolling. You look at people when they driving, they scrolling.
They on the phone.
I even seen a police officer scrolling.
And
I thought.
And you know what killed me about some of the people? Some of them, they got both hands on it, and they just be. I'm like,
and the light.
I said, man, come on, man.
With their knees.
Man, driving with their knees.
I ain't that good now.
I know somebody who drive with their knees.
Lord, I'm jealous. I'm not that good.
No, I can't do all that. I can't be distracted like that, man. But I had to talk about social media because my kids, they got phones. You know, and we got.
You get them early too.
And that's
early. But that's because it babysits children.
And that was my fault. I bought now, I'm gonna tell you how crazy I am. I bought the baby a phone before the oldest two.
To keep them busy.
To keep them busy.
Keep them off of
God.
If they have their own, they won't be on yours.
But what we did do, we blocked a lot of things on their phone. You know, but I can see it now that my baby girl, I'm like, oh man, she gonna be one of them phone freaks. You know what I'm saying?
How old is she?
She ain't but 5. Ooh. Yeah, she is just. I'm like, oh, can I have my phone? I'm like, ask your mom. Ask your mom can't have it. She gonna tell her no. But I just.
Y'all making me feel, y'all got top.
Yeah, I got babies. How old is your oldest?
My oldest is 20.
20? That is, what?
No, I was 25. The math ain't mathing. I don't know what happened. I be praying folks' strength. Like, cause I'm almost 40 and I couldn't imagine no toddler putting no batteries in nothing. Somebody can't wipe their own butt.
We got our kids. The oldest is 8, the next one is 6, and she's 5. But at the end of the year, it'll be 8, 7, 5. Right? Yeah, I just make sure, man. When you got more than one, it's hard. Keep up with it.
My kids are 20 and 17. Everybody can make a noodle and wipe their own butt. I didn't have the patience then. They super thin. Now my patience is thin and some of these girl edges. It just ain't no sense.
And since we're talking about kids, parenthood. Parenthood. That's something everybody, I think everybody I know now got a kid. You know, everybody. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
I don't think you're never ready.
Yeah, I wasn't ready. Like my firstborn, I love him to death, love them all, but I just wasn't ready to clean this up and clean that up.
I don't think you're ever ready.
It was something else. But let me ask y'all something. What's the one thing y'all love about parenthood?
You want to go first? What you love about it?
I love being a dad because I didn't have a father, so I'm glad I'm better for it. I love my kids. I just know I'm just the greatest.
Yeah, that's where you're supposed to be, man. You're supposed to be. What about you?
For me, I'm really enjoying my kids now because they're older and our relationship is different. I think when I think about like my relationship with my mother, the older that I was, it changed a little bit, right? And I'm liking that they're not so clingy. The conversations are different. They're super funny. So I like the friendship that we have now because I think if we're honest about it, the older that they get, they do you know, the dynamic changes.
Yeah, okay.
And, you know, we're more friendly as I have to be like, you know, just constantly on you, hovering over you. Make sure you don't put your finger in the socket. Make sure you don't jump off the top of the house.
Right.
Make sure you don't feed the fish to death. Make sure you don't kick the dog. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it has changed and evolved. And I like the way we are now, that I'm raising people that are, one, self-sufficient, lovers of Christ, and who will be happy doing what they love. Not for me, but for them. Self-sufficient, happy individuals who will seek God's face first, and understand that you don't have to be perfect.
There's
no such thing as perfection.
It's not. There's no such thing as perfect. You're gonna make some things. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna make some mistakes. You're gonna bump your head, and that's okay. As long as God gives me breath, I'll see you through it. And plus, let me say this too. I learned some of life's greatest lessons after I done bumped my head. Oh yeah.
So, you know, just in the, you know, because my kids are older and having different conversations with them and getting them to see that, you know, it's not about perfection, and I don't expect them to be perfect. I want them to be the best version of themselves.
I got you. I got
Whatever
you.
God has for them, I want them to have. Not for me.
Same here. I understand that. Now let me ask y'all this. Now this just started with me. You know, this is a new school, new slang. So my son, yeah, what he told me. I said, hey man, I said, he's an animal lover. Okay. Yeah, I really think the boy gonna be a zoologist. I'm gonna be real with you. It's not one animal this boy don't know at the age of 8. He just that good. So I mess with him sometimes. I say, hey man, I say, that zebra ain't supposed to have stripes. He say, what? I said, the zebra ain't supposed to have stripes. I said, the zebra got stripes or is it white? I said, let's be real about it. He say, bruh. I said, ho. I said, wait a minute, who is bruh? Then guess what he say? That's Cap. Now see, let me tell you about that Cap thing. I found out what that Cap thing meant about 2-3 years ago. And I'm just trying to think, how do you come up with, you know, that's Cap. We used to say, hey man, you lying, or hey bro, come on now. So what?
You can't say you lying. My girl with a bush in your mouth. You can't say you gotta say, Cap. You being dishonest. You not telling the truth. That you lying. I had your teeth scattered around.
Man, I say, what's up with the new school? I'm trying to get into it.
Listen, I'm not a hater, but some of that new school stuff whack.
And thank you. Thank you.
You know, but here's the thing. I try to be mindful. You know, I've been 16. I've been 17. I've been 18. And the Bible even says every generation gets weaker and wiser. So there's going to be, by the time they get our age and have children, they're going to be whack too. Their kids going to be whack. It just is what it is, right? It's like I was telling my son. He had on some Adidas pants with a Nike hoodie.
Yeah, they do it. That's how they do now.
And I was like, ew. You're perpetrating.
What shoe he had?
I'm about to say, what shoe did he have? That's what I want to know.
He had some Jordan. But it was like, what the hell wrong? You did not get that from me. That is not God. You mixing up labels and I don't know.
Oh my God.
We didn't do that.
They don't care nothing about it. They'll put it. I seen a little boy at a basketball. All my boys play basketball. I saw a little boy at the basketball game. He had on the same fit, but with some Sperry's, and I was like,
that's so bad.
Praise y'all.
Oh my God.
Listen, so like I get it, and I try to keep it that mindset. Like I've been 16 and 17, but I just feel like some of them so whack. It get on my nerves. All that no cap. All that cap.
Bro,
all that
cap.
Bro,
I'm like,
so first of all, if I see if they always want to hit this gritty, and then the music that they listen to is
trash. It make you cringe.
I don't know who this big sexy girl is, or just sexy red. I don't know these people. I'm just looking at the music, and I'm like, so this is what my son in the house going ski with, or whatever. Like
he gonna ski. We got to sit down and talk to him about doing this.
I just try to be mindful that I have been 16, 17, or 18. And as long as they're respectful, I just try to, I pick my battles. Like, your grade is good, you're doing what you're supposed to do. Like, just put on 12 labels. I don't care. They just different. They
really are. They really are, man. My son, I went to pick him up from school the other day, and like you said, it was a little boy had on a Puma Puma hoodie. He had on Reeboks, and then he had a Nike hat on.
Help him go.
I say, wait a minute. Now don't get me wrong. All of was same color.
Yeah, okay.
I give him that. But I'm looking at little dog like, bro, they would have killed you back in the day
That's
with
because
us.
we old.
We are. It's
You
getting
know,
out.
we are. And I listen, I knew I was getting older or more seasoned, like Lowry's, that red salt or whatever.
Oh, that good stuff.
I knew I was getting older and more seasoned when they started wearing me out with Miss Ashley.
Oh. Okay, I got one for you.
Wait a minute.
I know, I got one for you.
Miss Ashley, you know, I don't make me. I come up, you know, back in the day, you know, I remember Players Club.
Yeah.
Miss Ashley hurt my heart. That's when I knew I was getting.
Oh, you about to tell yours what happened to Utah?
No, I got a bunch of them, but the one now, man. Oh man, I got some little cousins and I got some young cats that I really they look up to me.
Yeah.
Man, when they sit there, hey,
Yo.
whoa.
Yeah.
You know, I was like,
Us now.
it's you. And so, you know, I
That's
hit them
us.
with Nip. Yeah, you I'm like, oh man, I'm really getting it.
Yeah, that's us now.
God
That is
almighty.
us now.
It's reality.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
wears me out because, you know, I used to think I was popping. But I ain't gonna pop but my knees, my back.
Oh, don't say nobody no
my neck
knees,
and
no
my
back.
Like, I used to be able to just wake up fresh up out the bed,
Yeah, not no
and
more.
just turn my swag on.
Yeah,
and
not
now
no
I
more.
have to sit there and warm up like a old Chevy Impala SS.
And just sit there
And
for
I
a
can let
minute.
the motor run.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
I am not that girl no more. And let me say, the older that I get too, unnecessary noise bother me.
I
I'm the
used to
same
hey,
way.
you know what?
So it's not just me.
No,
It's not
it's
you.
not.
Oh, no.
It's not.
Why are you so loud? You breathing hard? You smacking? Why do I hear you?
I don't like that
Who the
either.
hell mowing the lawn on the other side of the damn
Yes.
field? What is that?
My girls, they smack their gum. It do something to me. I'm like, hey
Oh, I
man,
smack my
stop.
gum.
But Ashley, not like them. Ashley, you can't be as bad as them. They in
I
sequence.
don't know.
They together.
Don't give me
Said
some
it's
gum.
Don't get in no gum then. I'm like, and now let me ask you this. You remember back in the day when speakers was popping in the car?
Yes.
I can't stand it.
Trump rattling.
I can't stand to hear that Trump
Trump
rattling.
rattling. Yeah, I remember that time you could be in the front seat. You
Yeah.
like, oh my God.
We pulled up to a dude the other day.
212.
Yeah, got them 15 bumping in the back
But
like
see,
that.
now these kids, that ain't it.
No.
My son is getting his license, and he sent me a picture of a two-door BMW. Like, he won't.
Excuse me.
All right.
What happened to, like,
The box Chevy.
yeah, what happened to a box Chevy with a rim cost more than a car?
Right.
Your uncle's, it
Right.
smells like smoke, it got a slight oil leak,
You right.
and you just trying to get from A to B.
Right.
Now they want it with Forgiato rims,
Right.
Oh, no.
tinted windows.
Right. No, man, I can't do it. I just
I
can't.
looked at him and said, I don't know who you think you are, better yet, I don't know who you think
But see,
I am.
I'm gonna tell you, y'all, you scare me because it's like that for them now. So what mine gonna be
Oh,
like?
listen, yours
Yeah,
gonna be
yours,
like the
yeah.
Jetsons. They're gonna want a car to fly over the city.
Oh
Definitely.
man, I don't know if I'm gonna
Yeah.
be able to do that, man.
My son, he wanted all brand new socks and drawers.
Oh no,
All
see,
the time.
I can't do
But
it.
listen, here's the thing: if you think about it and you're
Okay.
honest about it,
Okay,
they're reflections of you.
you're right. Though.
Definitely.
You're right.
I agree.
She
I
said that.
like to
She
put
right
it
there.
on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like nice stuff.
Yeah,
so
you're
how
right.
dare I
Yeah.
be upset
right.
that
Yeah.
my flesh of my flesh, and blood of my blood say I want a BMW?
Yeah, right.
He kind of got my energy, and
Yeah.
it'll make you mad, but it's
Yeah.
your energy.
My son, when he got to that age, and they used to buy him all kinds of stuff. You can't do that no more.
No.
No, I want the Nike and all this. I'm like, what? And then it hit me. I said, God dang it.
Who he
I said,
like?
Like his damn dad.
That's scary part, and that's hard to
It
admit.
is.
That's
It is.
the part that makes you be like,
It is.
oh.
Yeah.
My little
But you
girls
be
are bougie.
mad.
They bougie. Mine are bougie.
Where they get it from?
They mama.
Oh my Lord! None of it's you.
No.
None of it.
I try to give them cocoa butter. They're like, nah, we use Bath Body Works. I said, definitely your mama. That's not me.
Okay, well I like a little Bath and Body Works.
Oh,
I mean, it's just regular lotion, but Jesus Christ, we not using that. Ugh, that's one. I
But
was
see,
like, cocoa butter.
listen, what you're doing now is training them up to be the women who appreciate smelling good and bathing, and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's not.
not a
It's not.
bad
That's a good
thing.
thing. That's a
Not
good
bad,
thing.
'cause my son likes cologne. He likes
Oh, yeah.
Sauvage.
Yeah. Oh. Ooh.
Not Savage.
No,
not,
he like the
not
other.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He wants Sauvage. He likes Dior. He wants Versace
Okay.
cologne. He likes Jordans and Yeezys, and how can I be upset when all my because I love eyeglasses, right? I feel like it's a staple of my wardrobe.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
all my glasses have somebody's name on them, right? They got Versace, they got a Gucci. How can I be mad?
You're right about that. You're right about that. Hey, you got a point. You got a point about that.
So I try to be like, well, you can be upset about it. That was you, baby. That apple didn't even fall off the tree. It's still on the tree. And if it did fall off, it's still in the yard. That is your child.
Yeah, you can't get mad at them for that. I guess you're right. They're a reflection of
you,
of us, and my.
But here's the thing about that reflection.
What's that?
It can be good.
Oh, it can be bad. Yeah,
watch everything.
I have seen some bad in them. Yeah,
it's good and bad on that reflection.
I try to blame it on their mama, but it don't work.
It don't work. Satan, I rebuke that. I rebuke that.
Too much honesty going on in here, boy.
We're gonna send that back to the pits of hell.
Hey man, y'all crazy. I'm just being honest. Nate, is there anything else you want to ask Ashley? Because what I want to do, I want to get the owner of this establishment to come on here because let me tell y'all something. I had something set up for the podcast, Ashley know, and it just didn't unfold the way I wanted to.
God is intentional.
Yes, and we came out to an event they had last night, and it clicked to me. I said, Jason, I told you can use the place whenever you need. So shouts out the Snobs Boutique. They definitely came through for us today.
So cute.
And they got some nice stuff in here. And hey, if I can get Jason, if he ain't doing nothing, I'm gonna get him to come on for 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him to come on for a second. Gotta get the owner. And his wife too, Suki, she's doing some work. She's supervising for a minute. Jason, come on for a minute. Go ahead. I wanna get you in here for a minute. Everybody, this is Jason Green. He's the co-owner of Snobs down here, him and his wife. And bro, I just want to,
Mama, I made it.
Nate, hook him
Mama,
up.
we here. We here. Hey, no more dollar menu. No.
Hey, but real talk, man, I want to thank you because you did tell me about that and I forgot about it, but you opened up this door today, bro. And we done came on here, had a good time. I'm glad I finally got to get Ashley on her. Me and her been going back and forth. And hey, man, she definitely blessed us today. And you too, bro.
Well, we always appreciate y'all energy.
Yes, sir.
And this is good. I've been listening from an earshot away. So everything y'all say, I'm sitting there looking like, talk your stuff. No problem. I told you my doors are always open whenever our doors are always open whenever y'all feel the need to come through, pull up.
Oh, man.
Give the people the address.
Yeah.
So they know where to pull up.
We are located at 150 West Henry Street. We are the SNOB, Spartanburg's new and old boutiques. It's the Tiffany blue and white building. If you miss us, you're not really looking. So yeah, make sure y'all pull up. We are only closed Monday and Tuesday. Other than that, you can catch us here either 12 to 8 or 10 to 8. So yeah.
Okay, bro. Well, like I said, man, I definitely appreciate it. And we gonna spend the block with him. Me and him talked last night. He's gonna have another podcast we're gonna do. It's gonna be
I'm surprised y'all made it in here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know y'all professionals. Y'all professionals. But the walk out of here, I'm looking like a good idea. So I'm just saying. But no, I appreciate y'all making it back. Y'all was here before I got here, so I'm looking like
man. I actually by around 8:30 because I had to go to get me some coffee. So
look ahead. Okay, all right. Well, hey.
You ain't had the coffee yet? You gonna get it when you leave?
Of course.
Oh, well, hey, man.
Yeah, I know that's right.
It's the older when we get older.
But listen, everybody, man, we had a...
Can I let the people know
let them know whatever you want to.
Okay, so
please do it.
If you all are not following me, let me get you caught up. I am Ashley Mallory on Facebook. Also on Facebook, I have a group where we talk about fashion, a sprinkle of Jesus, and it's called Fly Feet Boutique and Style. That's also my business page. Again, that's Fly Feet Boutique and Style. On Instagram, I am Shoe Game Insane, and that's all spelled the right way. None of that funny silent P with a Q. SHOEGAMEINSANE. Shoe Game Insane.
You heard
on IG. That's it. That's all my social media right there. Please check me out for the Sneaker Gala coming up in February. Follow those platforms, and I'll have more information. And I will be looking for models. So if you want to let the Lord use you and rip this runway for me, I am looking for couples ruffles.
Let me borrow your glasses. Let me borrow your glasses. Hold on. Let me borrow your Just messing with you. I just messing with you.
You heard that.
Rip the runway.
Hey, Big Brothers is in style too. You know what I mean?
For the sneaker gala for me again, shout out to Victor Girl, and then I'll have Rip the Runway Red. Coming up next year as well. So like.
Dope.
Stay tuned. Keep your eyes peeled. Thank y'all again
much
for having me. Like, to you and your wife.
Yes,
like, this
yes.
is so dope.
I appreciate it.
How wide is the runway? Is it plus size accessible? Because you know,
listen.
I take up a lot of space when I'm walking. You know what I mean? I walk side to side. I can't necessarily walk straight, but I'm gonna walk.
Let's be clear. I have been a heavier girl, so that has nothing to do with it, right? So
Right.
yeah.
God bless your journey, but I got T-shirts bigger than a lot of people, so I'm like, I just want to. I'm just saying. I
got you. Suit City carries up to a size 6X and a size 72 suit.
So we just piece it together. I got you. Make sure
she
y'all
got you
holler
all
at
day.
her. Most definitely.
I got you.
Hey man, this has been a great podcast. Ashley, I'm glad we had you on there. I had a ball too. Nate, thanks for stepping in.
Love y'all One Nation and King Me. We've seen a lot of people.
Yeah, we got the One Nation in here.
Yeah.
King Me.
Talking about the
King Mentality Fashions,
yeah.
King Me Fashions, Suki's Pure Romance and Boutique, Suki's Creations and Boutique, Spartanburg's New and Old Boutique. Mama, I love you.
Hey man, and y'all already know we coming back out next year with some more One Nation gear, so y'all be tuned. And that's a wrap, y'all. And that's a message from the One Nation Podcast 864.
Love, peace, and hair
And
grease.
We out.